migrants. And guaranteed, right at this moment, there will be boats and those waters full of desperate men, women and children making often perilous journeys heading for these shores. And it's played out day after day after day. Alone have already crossed this year. Now some miss the island altogether, some hit the island of Malta, and many more. Many of the migrants come all the way from West and Central Africa. Their desire to seek new opportunities, it takes them on a dangerous journey across the Sahara Desert and the Mediterranean Sea. They leave their home countries and they travel transit countries such as Mauritania, Mali and Niger. Here they begin their journey across desert borders to North Africa.
We have all different nationalities here. There are Congolese, Ghanaians, Nigerians, Ivorians. We can't go back home because I was waiting to death to help us out. And we still haven't made it. I prefer to stay here and die.
We're supposed to move to Morocco.
Kids continue to die year after year.
In that pickup we were about 40 to 45 passengers. We are all Nigerians. We were driven to Agadez. They put us in the jeep with our luggage. We're not seeing different jeeps coming to hand over passengers to the truck. We were over 350 jerrycan of water. They will wrap it with this sack of beans, the bag. They will wrap it so that it to the truck, tie everything to the truck. With the firewood and everything that we used to cook on the way. Before we were meeting soldiers in the desert, the truck will stop, they will bring us down. If they don't know you are new, they will beat you with gun, beat you with koboko. If you don't want koboko or cane, to Tapu under the bridge that they used to go to Papa Bay. That is the kind of boat you see there. Over 200 will be there. Oh, that. I said I cannot pay, and it costs $1,200 to take you back to the land.
I'm given a topic to speak on slave trade to self trade and the antics of what? Human traffickers. I happen to be a victim. But today that from my experience, I'm trying to use it to discourage people from embarking on such, will I call it venture or whatever you might call it, human trafficking, child labor, or whatever, because a lot of things that we don't know. This is just a small part where you see a lot of children dying on the way, a lot of young girls and young boys dying on the way, prostitution.
Trafficker. How do you know that person is a human trafficker?
That they have a way of coming to tell you that you are suffering. They capitalize on your situation. They capitalize on what you want. That is your desperate state. And by the time they see it, maybe like you were saying then, when your parents is poor and maybe you are looking for a way of survival at home, somebody can come and tell your mother or your father. That man you saw was like me. At the time I was in that condition. You understand? It was the man that survived after trekking for over 1,000 kilometers. I trekked for 6 days. You understand? So that guy managed to survive. That was why you saw him like, he was not like that. He was fatter than that when he embarked on that journey. And maybe only God knows how he survived it. But one thing good about it is that it is good for you to know, if you find yourself in such a situation, always be conscious of yourself. Because why people die is when they don't know, when they don't have any time to take decisions. Be cautious of yourself and always get ready to take decision at any time. Don't wait until something gets spoiled before you take your decision. You understand? So that man you saw was a man that survived. So that place you saw was exhausted, tired. So they were trying to resuscitate him.
So the soldiers in the desert, are they kind or are they trying to?
Okay, the soldiers in the desert are not friendly because they know that everybody that is going through that desert is an illegal migrant. So they are not friendly to you. It's only when you give them money you can have your way. Traveling to Europe and whatever, because we capitalize on our situation. You know, we believe that our situation is so bad in Nigeria. So the next alternative is for us to leave to Europe after I finish school. Now some people have started nursing the idea now as we are talking. And when I finish secondary school, I'll go and join my auntie in London. I'll go and join my auntie in Australia. Let me tell you, there is no place like Nigeria. I have seen it. You understand? Security-wise, freedom, everything is guaranteed here. And you don't have, you are like a fifth-class citizen outside. There's no respect for black, especially Nigerians. I don't know what we have done. So we're trying to cry out so that the outside community will tell us what we have done.
If they want to go back to their country, how would they get back, like in Nigeria?
Okay, the unfortunate thing about this, your question, is that those people at that camp, most of them, 90% of them are stranded. If above 90, they can't even come back. You understand? They cannot come back because, let me tell you what the human traffickers do. The reason, if you listen to, there were some sensitive questions I wanted you to ask that you didn't ask. You know, that thing was edited. You understand? I mentioned where we insert money. Those are type of questions you should ask because those are the things that will help you to educate other people. We swallow money. You understand? We insert it for security reasons. It's either you are being attacked by the traffickers. You understand? That is, if you don't have that kind of idea, if they have not given you that kind of idea, they will attack you, kill you, take the money from you. Or the soldiers will kill you and take that money from you. I don't know if you understand. Those are the kind of questions I wanted you to ask. But from what we are saying, if you lose your money, you get stranded in the camp and you can't come back. The next thing is death. The only people you are working for are the soldiers. And what do you do for them? They just make you to do some kind of hard labor jobs. You break rocks, you wash their clothes, and they will give you maybe 100 or 200 francs. That is about 30 naira, just for you to feed a day. You understand? So when you find yourself in that situation, you can't help it than to work to survive. But you won't be able to make the money to come back. And that is why we are trying to see what we will do to go and see how we can get out these stranded people. You saw the documentary where somebody was saying that a lot of people are thinking that they are already in Europe, that their parents borrowed money to send them, their parents went into debt to send them outside. So coming back, you can't come back empty-handed. But it's a wrong decision. Because there they will die. I have seen it. So the best thing is for you to take a decision and come back.
I do have some write-ups on some other campaign programs to educate Nigerians because this is just one out of thousands.
Yeah. We have actually started, we have been on network, Radio Nigeria, AIT, NTA, one-on-one, we have been on air. But we are still having programs. Like in last week, we are trying to collaborate with NANS, the Nigerian Association of Nigerian Students, then churches, then some other schools. But we are trying to see how government can understand what we are really talking about. Because they are seeing us in the media, they are seeing us in the papers and everywhere.